There's something off about how Mace Windu talks to Anakin. It's not just cold. It's almost like he's waiting for the kid to explode. Like every time Anakin opens his mouth, Mace is already reaching for the eject button. And yeah, we can pretend it was all about the code or the council's rules, but come on. This wasn't politics. It was personal. Windu doesn't just disagree with Anakin. He stares him down like he's a walking power outage. Like the Force hiccuped and gave a lightsaber to a bomb. And every time Anakin asks for trust or respect, Mace treats it like an attack on his authority. It's like watching someone try to stuff a thunderstorm into a filing cabinet, and then get mad when it won't fit. And what's wild is, Anakin actually wants to help. He wants to be the good guy. But the second he tries to step up, Mace shuts him down harder than a droid in a sandstorm, gives him a seat on the council, then slaps a giant "do not touch" sign on it. That's not mentorship. It's Jedi. Meanwhile, Palpatine is out here playing chess with 10 different boards, and a smile, whispering exactly what Anakin wants to hear. And Mace, instead of pulling Anakin closer, pushes him further away with every judgmental glare and every passive-aggressive council speech. Like, congratulations, you just handed the chosen one to the dark side on a silver platter. It's like Mace couldn't handle the idea that someone so powerful might not fit into his blueprint of how a Jedi should act. And instead of adapting, instead of listening, he tightened his grip until the whole thing shattered. You don't protect the Order by choking the future out of it. You just guarantee it collapses faster. In this video, we're diving straight into the tension between Mace Windu and Anakin Skywalker. The fear, the power struggle, the stubborn pride that turned the Jedi Order into a ticking time bomb. We're unpacking how one man's obsession with control may have doomed the galaxy, and how the Chosen One was never really given a choice at all. There's something weird about how Mace Windu reacts to Anakin Skywalker. It's not just tension or unease. It's this quiet storm of suspicion that starts the second Qui-Gon brings the kid to the council. You can see it in his eyes. Mace isn't just evaluating him. He's bracing for impact. And that's odd, right? Because the Jedi are supposed to be serene, open-minded, curious even. But Windu's approach feels more like a customs officer trying to keep a suspicious package off the starship. He will not be trained. Not even a trial period. Not a question asked. Just a hard stop. Why did a 9-year-old with a bowl cut rattle one of the most powerful Jedi in the galaxy? The prophecy didn't seem to bother Yoda nearly as much, and Obi-Wan was ready to step up. But Mace saw something else. Not just a powerful Force user, but a threat to the structure he was built to protect. Because Anakin didn't show up with reverence or restraint. He showed up with raw talent, impulsive energy, and a prophecy that basically said, this kid might be better than all of you. And Windu's silence was deafening. Not awe, not anticipation, just quiet resistance. From the beginning, this wasn't about helping the Chosen One fulfill his destiny. It was about managing a variable that didn't want to be managed. And when your whole identity is built around control, chaos looks like danger, even if it's holding a lightsaber and asking to do the right thing. By the time we hit Revenge of the Sith, Mace isn't even pretending to hide his bias anymore. Anakin saves the Chancellor's life, flies half a ship through orbit, and what does Mace give him? A seat on the council, with no rank. That's like giving someone keys to a car with no engine and telling them they should be grateful. The Jedi Council claims to be above ego, but Mace's actions scream otherwise. He constantly treats Anakin like a malfunctioning droid, valuable only when convenient, disposable when not. Every time Anakin speaks up, Windu shuts him down. And when Anakin's instincts prove right, there's no credit, just more suspicion. The final straw is Palpatine. Anakin delivers the Sith Lord on a silver platter, and instead of working with him, Windu says, if what you've told me is true, like, how many war zones does the guy have to survive before you trust a single word out of his mouth? It's not even strategy at that point. It's pride in a purple cloak. Control stopped being about safety and started being about power, not galactic peace, but political dominance within a fading order. Mace wasn't trying to guide Anakin. He was trying to contain him. And when containment failed, all that pressure finally exploded in a Chancellor's office with a broken window. It's heartbreaking to think about what might have happened if Mace had just looked at Anakin like a person instead of a threat. Underneath the arrogance and the anger, there was a scared, broken kid, desperate for someone to believe in him. Qui-Gon saw it. Obi-Wan tried. Mace never bothered. Imagine being told you're the Chosen One, then spending your entire career trying to earn the respect of people who never wanted you there. Every council meeting, every mission, every conversation with Windu was a reminder that no matter what you did, you were still the outsider. And the worst part is, Mace probably thought he was doing the right thing. He believed in control, in order, in structure, but that belief blinded him to the reality unfolding right in front of him. Anakin didn't need boundaries. He needed connection. and the Jedi were allergic to that kind of vulnerability. By the time Anakin stood in front of him, torn between loyalty and emotion, Mace didn't see a young man in pain. He saw a potential liability. And when he said, "You're under arrest, Chancellor," he might as well have said, "I still don't trust you, Anakin." And that broke something that couldn't be fixed. There's no joy in saying Windu helped create Vader, just a deep sadness that the very person who could have pulled Anakin back from the edge chose instead to push him further. Anakin Skywalker wasn't a normal Jedi. He was a generational phenomenon. He didn't just tap into the Force, he practically bent it to his will. His reflexes, his intuition, his raw connection to the energy around him were light years beyond anyone else, and Windu knew it. That's why Mace feared him. Not because Anakin was dangerous by nature, but because he could do things no one else could. And that kind of unpredictability doesn't mix well with an institution built on predictability. Anakin turned battlefields into chessboards, and he never played by the Council's rules, from single-handedly wiping out droid battalions, to flying like he was born in a cockpit, to slicing through enemies with terrifying ease. Anakin wasn't just effective, he was electric. And Mace, who prided himself on control, saw a storm that couldn't be bottled. It wasn't jealousy, it was all twisted into fear. Mace knew that if Anakin ever stopped listening, there'd be no stopping him. And deep down, that scared him more than any Sith Lord ever could. Because Palpatine could be defeated, but a rogue chosen one, that's a nightmare you can't predict. For all the destruction Anakin caused, there's one undeniable truth. He never wanted to fall. He wanted to belong, to protect, to matter. And if someone like Mace had just reached out with trust instead of suspicion, things could have gone so differently. Luke Skywalker proved that. He didn't see Vader as a monster. He saw the broken man behind the mask. He believed there was still good inside, and because of that belief, Anakin found the strength to return, not as a Sith, but as a father. That moment wasn't just redemption, it was vindication. Proof that compassion works where control fails. That empathy can restore what dogma destroys. Luke didn't save the galaxy by being the strongest Jedi. He saved it by being the most human, and maybe that's what the Jedi Order was always missing. Humanity, the ability to feel without fear, to care without consequence. Anakin's journey wasn't a warning about emotion. It was a warning about isolation, about what happens when institutions forget the people inside them. There's hope in that, because it means the fall of Anakin wasn't destiny. It was a failure of understanding. And if one person could believe in him at the end, maybe someone could have believed in him at the beginning too. Mace Windu wasn't evil. He wasn't a tyrant. He was a man who believed so deeply in structure that he forgot how fragile people can be. His fear of Anakin didn't come from hatred. It came from the terrifying realization that he couldn't predict him, couldn't contain him, couldn't mold him into the image of the Jedi he thought he should be. And that fear became a self-fulfilling prophecy. Every moment of mistrust pushed Anakin further away. Every refusal to see his pain made the dark side seem more understanding. Every act of control became another crack in the Jedi Foundation. Until one day, the whole thing came crashing down. Windu believed control was peace, but he never saw the irony. Because peace without trust, without choice, isn't peace at all. It's pressure waiting to explode. And when it did, it took the Order, the Republic, and Windu himself with it. Anakin didn't destroy the Jedi alone. He was helped by the very people who claimed to protect him. And Mace, the enforcer of order, became the architect of its collapse, not through malice, but through fear. In the end, the tragedy isn't just that Windu died. It's that he never saw what Anakin could have become. If only someone had believed in the boy, instead of trying to control the man. Thank you for watching the whole video. I make videos because of my love for Star Wars and Marvel. I've been asked countless times how I get my subtitles, and I generate them automatically with a tool I built. That same tool can be used here on my website. It's completely free and doesn't require signing up. My website contains the subtitle generator that is perfect for any video, blogging post, where you can sign up with your email and receive notifications for when I post, and also my 3 channels. Critical Analysis Hub focuses on Star Wars and Marvel movies. Critical Analysis Hub Plus looks at Star Wars and Marvel shows. And Critical Analysis Hub XP centers on video games, like The Last of Us series, Jedi Survivor, and GTA 5. Thank you for being a fan.